Imagine you're on a plane. There's someone next to you. What do you say? Hi, Alicia here. Introducing yourself in English is easy. In this lesson, you're going to learn how with Gustavo and Henry, who meet on a plane. Gustavo's moving to New York. His family is going to join him later in the month. Henry is in the seat when Gustavo gets on the plane. Let's watch.
Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Hi, how do you do? I'm Gustavo.
Nice to meet you, Gustavo. I'm Henry Edens.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please? A bit slowly?
Henry Edens.
Henry Edens.
That's it, but please call me Hank.
Hank, nice to meet you.
Now with subtitles.
Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Hi, how do you do? I'm Gustavo.
Nice to meet you, Gustavo. I'm Henry Edens.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please? A bit slowly?
Henry Edens.
Henry Edens.
That's it, but please call me Hank.
Hank, nice to meet you.
Here are the key words from the scene.
Hi,
Hi. Hi. Hi.
but,
But. But. But.
excuse me.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Two,
Two. Two. Two.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
How do you do?
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Here are the key phrases from the scene. How did Henry apologize when he realized he was in Gustavo's way?
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
In general, this expression, when used to respond to "excuse me," shows a friendly willingness to help the other person.
In this case, Henry wanted to show he was happy to move out of Gustavo's way.
You can also use it to apologize for a small mistake, like bumping into someone on the street or blocking someone's way in the aisle of a supermarket.
Now you try. Say Henry's line after Gustavo speaks.
Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Later, Gustavo also used the word sorry to apologize when he didn't understand Henry's name. Which phrase did he use?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
This is a very common phrase in English for many situations, but here, Gustavo uses it to indicate he didn't understand something.
Now you try. Say the line after Henry speaks.
I'm Henry Edens.
I'm sorry.
Because Gustavo did not understand something, he asked Henry to repeat what he said. To do this, what polite question did he use?
Can you say that again, please?
Can you say that again, please?
In response, English speakers will usually repeat what they have said and will use the same words.
Now you try. Ask the question after Gustavo says, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
Gustavo also wanted Henry to speak more slowly. To do this, what does he ask?
A bit slowly?
A bit slowly.
This is not a complete sentence, but has a clear meaning when used after, "Can you say that again, please?" In response, English speakers will slow their speech down.
Now you try. Say the phrase after Gustavo says, "Can you say that again, please?"
Can you say that again, please? A bit slowly?
After Gustavo said Henry's name, Henry confirmed he said it correctly. How did he do that?
That's it.
That's it.
This is like saying, "That's correct." But since the situation was friendly, "That's it" sounded more natural.
Now you try. Say the phrase after Gustavo says Henry's name correctly.
Henry Edens.
That's it.
Now the lesson focus. Here's how to introduce yourself. Ready? Do you remember how Gustavo introduced himself?
Hi, how do you do? I'm Gustavo.
When Gustavo introduced himself, he started with "Hi," and then used a set phrase.
How do you do?
How do you do?
This is a polite expression people often use with an introduction. It sounds like a question, but it has no particular meaning, and there's no expectation the other person will try to answer it.
Next, he says,
I'm Gustavo.
the first part of this sentence is a contraction of two words, I and am. The am here functions like an equal sign in math.
I'm.
I'm
The next word in the sentence is a name.
Gustavo.
Together it's.
I'm Gustavo.
The structure of the pattern is
Hi, how do you do? I'm
plus.
your name.
Now you try. Imagine your name is John. Say, "Hi, how do you do? I'm John."
Hi, how do you do? I'm John.
Now imagine your name is Aiko. Say, "Hi, how do you do? I'm Aiko." Hi, how do you do? I'm Aiko.
Now use your name.
Okay, there are two additional things you need to know. First, there's a shortcut for giving your name.
Just drop the I'm from the final sentence of the self-introduction.
For example, if Gustavo just said,
Hi, how do you do? Gustavo.
Henry would have understood it was his name.
This would be especially clear if Gustavo extended his hand for a handshake while saying this.
In very casual situations, you can even drop the "Hi" and the "How do you do?" All that is left would be your name.
The second thing you need to know is you can use I'm with just the first name or your first name and the last name together.
I'm Henry Edens.
Edens is Henry's family name.
Using both your first name and your last name is a little more formal.
It also gives you less privacy. For example, if people know both your first and last name, they can find you on the internet more easily.
So it may be more common for strangers to say just their first name than people meeting in a more friendly environment.
Next, you'll learn how to tell people to call you by a nickname, just like Henry did in the scene.
But please call me Hank.
But please, call me Hank.
The first word in the sentence is.
But
This word is not necessary, but it makes the transition to the rest of the sentence smoother.
Henry uses this to introduce a new piece of information.
And this information changes something about what he said before, but makes this clear.
The next word introduces a polite request.
Please.
Please.
Next is a request to use a certain name.
Call.
Call.
After this is the word
Me.
me.
Last is a common nickname for men named Henry.
Hank.
Hank.
Please call me Hank.
The sentence structure is
Please call me.
plus.
Your nickname.
Now you try. Imagine your nickname is Matt. Say, please call me Matt.
Please call me Matt.
Now imagine your nickname is Lulu. Say, please call me Lulu.
Please call me Lulu.
Now use your own nickname. Say, please call me, and then use your nickname.
Finally, when you meet someone for the first time, it's polite to say a set phrase at the end.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Usually, both people will say this or something similar to it.
Now you try.
Nice to meet you.
Now it's time to practice your new ability. Let's practice.
This is your chance to introduce yourself. Try to remember what you learned and practice by speaking aloud.
It's your first day in the US, and you're meeting your new neighbor. Ready? Here we go.
What's the first thing you say to someone you've just met? Hi, how do you do?
How do you tell someone your name?
I'm name.
I'm Henry Edens.
How do you tell someone your nickname? Please call me your nickname.
Please call me Hank.
What's the last thing you say to someone you've just met?
Nice to meet you.
Great job. You've just introduced yourself. You'll follow this same pattern many times, so be sure to practice it.
Well done. Now, watch the scene one more time. After that, go and practice with all your American friends, or with us in the comments. Bye!
Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
Hi, how do you do? I'm Gustavo.
Nice to meet you, Gustavo. I'm Henry Edens.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please? A bit slowly?
Henry Edens.
Henry Edens.
That's it. But please call me Hank.
Hank, nice to meet you.